Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Friday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman, along with the Equibase ace, Keith Fustel. It doesn't get any better than this, Keith. Picture perfect weather, not a cloud in the sky. We're at the racetrack. Pick 5 carryover. We already have over $41,000 into the pool for our early value pick 5 with a low 12% takeout. Again, the weather is beautiful. The racing is good. There's value everywhere. Main track is fast. Turf course currently listed as good. It's 74 degrees. Couldn't ask for more.
Things definitely will be drying out. This forecast, it looks phenomenal leading on the next 7-8 days. So it looks like a great weekend of racing. We left off here on Sunday. We had some value, some serious prices. Big Daddy's Boy to get you started, $39.60. I think Johnny Piasek had that one on top. Racing Biz, Secures Hope, $64. Princess Clemmy. We were talking about Suzanne Statenius before the show. $58.60. My man Willard upstairs was on a roll all day Sunday, and we may have him down here one day as a special guest because Jack Harmon was abusing me. How come Willard's not on the show? Well, you know what?
He's very TV friendly, I've noticed.
Yeah. I think he's going to work out just fine, Willard. But no, I tell you, that was a really, really good weekend profitable day for some guys upstairs. But post time, as impressive. I know he beat 2 horses. Another thing we were discussing, he looked as professional and just tied on and focused as I've seen him. He just motored home well within himself, setting him up, I think, for some bigger things down the road. 103 buyer in that 17-length victory.
Fastest buyer speed figure of the entire week.
Okay.
All over North America. It was post time right here at Laurel Park. He won by the length of the stretch.
Yeah.
He's won the Polynesian now the last 2 races. Brittany Russell and the team have done a fantastic job. We're going to kick things off with our Friday card. However, we do have 3 stakes races on turf in our Turf Festival tomorrow. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But race number 1, mile and an eighth on the turf. This is a maiden claiming race for fillies and mares 3 and up. 45 down to 36, the claiming prices. Maryland bred or sired may waive the claiming price. Take out the 7, hop to it. This is the first leg of our early value pick 5, a low 12% takeout for this 50-cent minimum wager. We have a carryover coming into today of $37,264. We're already over $41,000. Great opportunity to maximize your earning potential with this low takeout, and here's your ticket.
Again, carryover. Love it. Going to start this weekend out just right this Friday. Beautiful Friday. Let's get this thing to 150, a couple 100,000. I would love to see that in the pool for the early value pick 5. Again, 12% takeout. Hopefully you get your checks early today. Cash them. Dive in. Got to spend some money. I've got a $48 ticket. Take a little bit more. 1 and 6, we're going to kick it off with Skilly Dad. Is going to be that 15-1 morning line, possible upsetter in the opener for Bobby Leaf. Race 2, I go 4 deep with the 2, 3, 4, and 6. I found this race really, really difficult. 6 to 5, a little too low for me, maybe on Dutcher, but I'm not going to completely dismiss this one in the early pick 5. Race 3, 1 and 2, Notable Exchange. Got a video spotlight of that Michael Denny runner. A lot of, it's enough significant trouble, but this horse is game. I think she's catching the right field. Improving is the 1, Synergism. The 4, Dan's going to tell you about a little bit about that one. That might be one you want to toss in if you're going to go for a bigger ticket. Race 4 with the 1, 2, 6. Wrap it up, 6-11, $48 ticket. I like Passion as a little bit of a price shot in race 5, getting back to the turf.
Take advantage of the carryover pool. Take advantage of the low takeout. 12% in the early value pick 5. Let's start the analysis with your top pick in race number 1. I like where you're going because I think the 2 favorites in here, the 2 and the 6, who I have first and second, have some question marks. Tell me a little bit about the number 1, Skitley Dat, Sarah Hess for Bobby Leaf.
Like the fact that she's got a mile and an eighth under her belt. I know Lady Meister's run quite far, some pretty long races, but I'm looking at this race. I'm not seeing a ton of pace. Skilly Dat kept churning last time, made that run 2 races back behind Princess Clemmy. That race looks a little bit better now than that 46 buyer when we saw Princess Clemmy come back to win the other day at a big number on Sunday. 68 buyer. 68, going to be good enough, I think, to put you right there into the mix. I don't think Mama Vacoma or Lady Mice, they're going to quite go. Sarah has to get to the front, nurse, and maybe hold on at a big number. Bobby Leaf is good with this kind of move. You see dirt to turf. ROI close to $9.
Love that long shot pick of the one Skit lead at. The two is Mama Vacoma, and you can tell that this horse sort of dances to the beat of a different drummer. Unlike many Brittany Russell trained horses, this horse wears a hood and cheek pieces in all of her races. And a mile and an eighth, I guess, can be a question mark, but I thought she ran okay last time out at Colonial. She finished third behind two favorites. Both of those horses came back to win. The runner-up won a restricted maiden special down at Colonial with a 73 Beyer speed figure. She's by Vacoma. You think of Vacoma, you think sprinters, you think milers. That may be a problem going a mile and an eighth here, but just off the recent current form, it looks like at least she's found a home on the grass.
Yeah, because I tell you, looking at the family, they were clearly stronger on the dirt. Bottom side, Rominski, where she told me to go. Those were some really fast horses sprinting on the main track. All right, the 6, Lady Mice. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, I'm sure. But I'm going to be a heavy favorite in here. Has plenty of bottom. Now drops in for the tag, in for the 45. Ran, I thought, okay. Got beat by a firster, Chad Brown, first-time starter at Monmouth last time out. Was kind of prematurely moved, I thought, 4 wide into the far turn. Might have taken a little sting out of that late punch. But Lindsey Schultz, pay attention when this trainer comes to Maryland. 3 for 8, 38%, 6 for 8 in the money the last 3 years on the Laurel turf. ROI 305. You're not going to get a big price, but she is the horse to beat.
And she's dropping into a maiden claiming race for the first time in her career. She did face 2 next out winners in that last start at Monmouth. And in Forrest, I trust. I think Forrest is going to be able to read the race as you read it and see there's not a lot of speed. And I think Lady Mies is a little bit more tactical than what we've seen in recent starts. So perhaps she can at least stay close to the pace. That being said, she's had 14 chances to win and hasn't done it yet. Risk and regret, the number 4 I have in there third, you have in there fourth. This horse just didn't break at Delaware last time out. Saved ground, came out 4 wide and in between. I thought she was kind of over and behind horses a little bit in the stretch. Maybe didn't have the best chance to win that day. Her race 2 starts back was okay, and at least her buyers are going the right way.
Yeah, I think the company is still a little bit lacking maybe to what the 2 and the 6 have faced. She's going to have to improve a little bit more, but I think she's a user in the exactas for sure.
1, 6, 2, and 4 for Keith. Looking for a price. I'll go 2, 6, 4, and 3 in race number 1, the first leg of our early value pick 5. Low takeout of 12%, and the pick 5 pool already up to $42,000. Let's move on to race number 2. We're going 3/4 of a mile. This is for fillies and mares 3 and up, which have never won 2 races. 40,000 down to 32. The claiming price. This is the first of 3 50-cent minimum pick 4 wagers on the afternoon. We offer early, middle, and late pick 4s on cards with 9 races. We're going to start things off, Keith, with Seaside Road.
Okay.
That's my top selection in this race. We do have a video spotlight for the Katie Voss trained runner.
And we're going to go back to the, what is it, the 1st of June, and we're going to watch this start bumped and pinch back. Now, Nancy Mary is also in this race as well, but we're going to concentrate right now on Seaside Road. In that trouble, bit of a heated pace up front, but I thought caught 5 wide when it's all said and done, made a decent run into it, and last time out just chased that kind of, lone lick of life, Neolithic. She'd be a very, very short price in this field, just to kind of fizzle a little bit late. Had some trouble early on, maybe down the backside. I still think Seaside Road might get a little bit of a setup. Kissed at Dawn, it will be fun. Those 2 look like the speed to me. I think she can get settled from the outside, avoid any early trouble. She'll make a run.
I saw everything you saw in that video. She was jostled at the start. She was hung wide. She was trying hard. And then last time out, to me, I thought that was a prep in that 2-turn sprint to Timonium against the runaway. Katie Voss, we have a trainer stat on Seaside Road. Second after layoffs between 2 and 4 months. This is a very good number. 21%, a 387 ROI. Perhaps Toledo can park Seaside Road outside outside, well clear of traffic, and this horse can make a late run. You're going to go with the number 4 in here, My Dear Antonia. This horse has a strong late kick.
Yeah, is this a bit of a reach? It might be 9-2. I might want to ask for a little bit more price. Hugh McMahon, Lauren, the last 30 days has been good. You got said Hazelwood. You've got all that. Turning back, changing surfaces. She's got a couple okay sprint races on the page. I like the recent wake up in the works. I'm not usually a work guy, but all of a sudden, this horse has been razor sharp in the mornings. Maybe they figured something out. I think she's going to clearly have to move up off of her last dirt try at Pimlico. But if things get a little bit contested, I like the sustainability with her run here. Yes, it's got to get to the inside, save as much ground as he can, say, leaving the far turn. And then we'll kind of pick and choose our spots from the head of the lane. But I think she brings a punch in here. I like still a little bit of a protect move for Hugh McMahon and My Dear Antonia.
Let's talk about the 2, Nancy Mary. This is a horse with a trainer stat for Damon Dilladovico. Allowance to claiming recently has been a very good move for this barn. 4 for the last 10 and a big return on investment of over $4. Nancy Mary last time out at Colonial actually finished ahead of Dwelling Legacy, a horse that came back, won with an 80 Beyer speed figure at Timonium, and Nancy Mary was just wired that day. Double drop now into a non-winners at 2 Life. Dwelling Legacy, I think, came back and won for the 4th time. So this is significant class relief on a horse that has run some nice races here at Laurel Park.
She and Seaside Road, they've kept right company as long as it's 3 as well. And the 2-back try at Laurel, I've got noted, that 6th place finisher out of that race just missed to Sassafras, a horse we're familiar with for Jamie Ness, ran a 61. So there's some key horses in the mix. Romana and Damon teamed up the other day for a heartbreaking defeat.
Yes.
We needed that one. Holy Storm, I believe it, but that was a tough one. But anyhow, digress. Nancy Mary, a user in here. Talk to me about the 3. You've completely tossed this 6-5 AI morning line.
And it's dangerous because we've seen Kentucky horses come into Laurel Park and they just fit very well. And it will be fun. Did have several excuses from the last race. Stumbling at the start, racing over a sloppy track. Just going back and watching some of the other races. It doesn't excite me visually. It's not like from a speed figure standpoint this filly has such an edge. Maybe she just finds the company to her liking and she wins by 10. But if she goes off anywhere close to that morning line, I'm willing to try to beat her.
I completely agree. All right.
Keith's going to go 4, 2, 6, and 3. I'm going to go 6, 2, 5, and 1. In race number 2, the opening leg of the first of 3, 50-cent pick 4 wagers. Race number 3 is at 1 mile on the turf. It's a starter optional claiming race for fillies and mares 3 and up. They've started for a claiming price of 25 or less, and which have never won 3 races, or the straight claiming 25 to 20, and which have never won 3. Take out the 3 Lord's Lady, the 7 Minari, the 8 Stress Reliever. This is the first leg of our middle pick 4 with a 50-cent minimum wager. Keith, in here, notable exchange is just simply the horse to beat. She's 4 to 5 on the Ed DeRosa Horse Racing Nation morning line. We have a video spotlight for notable exchange.
This race, Monmouth. No, we're going to Colonial. My bad. August the 21st. Tucked inside. The traffic only about 4.5 lengths front to back. Has to wait. Let 3/8 pole a little bit of a steady. Just a waiting room. So these other runners are going to go ahead and get the jump on notable exchange, but still no real panic. Sanchez is going to go ahead and stay inside with his daughter of Neil Levick. She just keeps on grinding. She's got a ton of heart. She's chased some really, really good fillies around the turf course. Colonial, Saratoga, Monmouth, they're all there. You look at the 2-back try right there behind it, Trad Brown, Euro Shipper. This filly tries. I think she's finally found the right spot to get it done at a shorter price.
Just being shuffled and steadied a little bit entering the second turn worked against her, and she was just in against a very sharp horse. The winner came back to take her 3rd consecutive race. She won a first-level allowance at Keeneland with a 79 Beyer speed figure. Notable exchange is a horse you're going to know in the stretch today in the 3rd race. Claramente is kind of a pedigree play for me. This horse has run well on synthetic in the past. Sometimes that translates to turf, but I really like this turf pedigree. She's a half-sister to 2 grass winners. The Dam was a stakes place turf sprinter. That Dam's a half to 2 horses that acquitted themselves in group company overseas on the turf. You got Bolt d'Oro and Distorted Humor. That breeding Nick has already produced Major Dude, a horse that won a Group 2 race race on the grass. There's just a lot of turf here, and I thought she ran well last time out at Presque Isle Downs. She made a 4-wide bid into the turn. She had a look at it inside the 3/16 pole, and then she flattened out just a bit. I like her cutting back to a mile. I think she has some tactical speed, and I think because she hasn't raced on the turf, the price will be right.
A sleeper there at a 12-1 morning line, I think might come down just a little bit here for Rojas, the team. So, yeah, Claremonte works for me. Might be that just stranger that can split things up a little bit in the exact. A notable exchange, got a key around that one. She could be a single for a lot of people, but the synergism.
Yes.
I thought this was now the turf race 2 back. Has one on the page going back was pretty good. Beating that horse, Mona L, who came back to run okay, maiden special weight. So that first turf try was good enough for me. Inside speed, make track, but a much improved effort last time on the main track. Maybe things are kind of coming together for this daughter of Frosted.
Good pocket trip could be coming in here. It'll be interesting to see if Toledo can break from the gate and sort of beat Notable Exchange to that pocket in behind the leader while saving ground. You're right. The race 2 starts back. Throw it out. It was the first start off of a lengthy layoff. She was going a mile and a 16th. I like that after she won on dirt last time out, Brittany's going to put her right back on the turf. Brittany thinks this horse is a turf horse. You're going to get a good price on a really solid barn. Rapido Rosa was really aggressive last time out. They rushed her into a tight pocket spot. She angled 3 wide, and then she just wasn't good enough. The 3 favorites out-sprinted her home. She's stretching out in class. Do you see a situation, stretching out in distance, pardon me, do you think she has the speed to try to wire this field?
I think naturally I think she's quicker. It's just going to be what Arojo wants to do with her. She comes out of some quick races. I like her maybe a little bit better sprinting, but she catches the field. If you're going to stretch her out, I think she's going to get the right kind of relaxed flow up top that's going to take her a while in here. The Mosers, they can kind of get it. So, yeah, Notable Exchange. She may have to be asked a little bit sooner to stay into contention. Don't want things to get away from her, but boy, if she brings her consistent runs, she's just got a powerful run against this group. I think she can run over top of the last 1/8 of a mile.
She'll be kicking on late.
Yep.
She's the horse to beat. Keith's got her on top, 2-1-4-6. I'll go 4-2, 6 and 9 in race number 3. Race number 4, let's take a look at the field. We're going 3/4 of a mile. It's a claimer for 3 and up, which have not won 2 races since March 12, which have not won 4 races lifetime. And the claiming price, $7,500 down to 6. Scratch the number 4 Southern Horse. This is the opening leg of our Chesapeake Pick 6 sequence. It's a 20-cent minimum wager, and it is a jackpot wager. Pick the first place finisher in each of the final 6 races on the card. And if you're the only one to do so, you get the whole kitty. The carryover, we're growing it, $2,585 going into today. Keith, you like the 2 Beach Cowboy in here. We have got a video spotlight.
Yeah, I chased this one at Timonium just to get beat. The bob was tough. I expected Beach Cowboy, I thought would be on the lead against this group. Mr. Mox, though, got to the front. Beach Cowboy sat, makes this move around 4 wide at the quarter, 3 deep bid here coming to top of the stretch. Fights it out, showing some heart, back into a condition race. Beach Cowboy, now where does he fit against this group? I think he's sharp enough if they want to go. Let's go ahead and go. Woodline is fresh with some speed, but Beach Cowboy, I like the last set of races. This horse is in very good form, maintaining it for Ferris Allen. Don't know what to make of Pit Stop Man. The good Pit Stop Man is going to beat these guys, but a little suspect, a little suspicious. Beach Cowboy to take him a long, long way.
I agree with you. I think Beach Cowboy is going to revert to those speedy tactics that have worked so well, and he's just such an honest campaigner. It's tough to lose ground at Timonium with that short stretch. He tried his heart out. He's hit the board in his last 5 starts. He's just a very logical contender. As for Pit Stop Man, I mean, his back class speaks for itself.
Yeah.
He's won 13 times in his career, and he's getting the class relief he needs. He was in against Pay Zone last time out. That horse came right back to win at Timonium in a state-sired allowance with a 79 buyer speed figure. As you said, if the real Pit Stop Man shows up, he could make that 4-1 morning line look really good. Estilo Mágico is where I'm going to go. That's the number 1. This horse made the lead last time out, was just kicked down from behind. I like that they're returning this horse on short notice. This is an 8-day break. And it's worth noting that they did this at Timonium. Owner, trainer, jockey with a horse named Explosive Exchange. That horse came back off a 7-day break. That horse won at Timonium. Estilo Magico is a horse that's hit the board in his last 3 starts, and I think breaking from the inside post is quick enough to establish position.
Using them as an under. I want to see that Delaware form proven
Yes.
here at Laurel. That's my only little hiccup there with the one Estilo Magico. But Beach Cowboy, I think his best. You know, Woodline showed the speed and pressing. That was back in June. Where's he been? Gate speed and all. I do think the two can get to the front. Pit stop man. You'll know about the 3/8. If he's sitting there locked and loaded, I think it's over. If he's under some coaxing, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. But 2 or 6, to me, I'm going to key around in race number 4.
And as you mentioned with Woodline, I mean, listen, he gave my top pick a beating the last time they faced each other. It's just, where's he been? I think that's a key. When horses win and they go on layoffs, you have to wonder because you want to strike while the iron is hot. I do respect trainer Tim Grams, however. But the 2, Beach Cowboy, very consistent. That's where Keith's going, 2, 6, 1, and 5. And still a Magico, hoping on this quick turn back can get it done 1, 2, 5, and 3. For me, in race number 4. 4 down, 5 to go. We're going to take a quick break on Today at the Races, and when we come back, it's the second pick 5 of the afternoon, and we'll have Mackenzie Pfeiffer's ticket. Welcome back to Today at the Races. I'm Dan, he's Keith. It is a beautiful Friday here at Laurel Park. We're getting set for race number 5, the second half of our card. This is at 1 1/16 on the turf for 3 and up, which have started for a claiming price of $8,000 or less in their last 3 starts, or the claiming range from 12.5 down to 10. Take out the coupled entry, the 1, the 1A, the 4, the 5, and the 9. It is the first leg of our second value pick 5 of the afternoon, the late value pick 5. It also has a very low 12% takeout rate. Our friend and colleague Mackenzie Pfeiffer has a pick 5 ticket for us.
Not mistaken, Dan. The late pick 5 on Sunday.
Huge.
19,000. That early pick 5 on Sunday, 4-5, 2,000. Early, late, it doesn't matter. Get involved. 12% low. Extremely low takeout. Some competitive fields. Here's Mac's ticket. Race 5. She's going to start us off with the 7 and 11. Italian Symphony and Bodie Cream. I think those two are going to take the most play in race number 5. Head scratcher in the 6. She must have been reading my my little program here. Spread is what I have, and this is what she's got. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. It's that kind of race. It's that difficult. 2-year-olds, lower level, maiden claimings, trying to get the 1-turn mile. Spread. She's spot on there. Race 7 with the 3 and the 7. Bay of Bengal. Aurora, big number.
Like that?
Yeah. Antonio Aguirre at 20-1 morning line. Race 8, 3 deep with the 3, 5, and 7. Nakanura, Sarah Nagel just missed a Colonial in razor sharp form on the turf course. Whittling it down, a single. The 3, Bella Cativa. I like that one a lot as well to finish it off for Gina Perry. Gina Perry with that win with Big Daddy's Boy the other day at a big number. I don't know if we're going to get 4-1 on the 3, Bella Cativa, but that's her late value pick 5 ticket, 12% takeout, $36.
And what I like about Mac's tickets is she's willing to use horses that she feels are going to be overlays. Horses that look good on paper that might be discarded by the public for one reason or another, and that's where you find your value, especially in your 12% late value pick 5. Pick 5 for the early pool, right now $44,000. Let's talk about race number 5. The horse to beat is the number 11. Bodie Cream. We have a video spotlight for Bodie Cream. There's just lots to like about this horse. He's got plenty of back class. He's in excellent form. He's trained by Jamie Ness, and he's loops and swoops.
Yeah, loops and swoops at 1.25 miles. Bodie Cream going to go ahead and make the move with Paco. Wins off by 3 and change. This is a guy at 8. We've got some good vets that run in this weekend as well. A couple horses I really, really like. But Bodie Cream is one of them. He's just kind of consummate pro. Here's the issue. He's 0-5 at Laurel. I can't believe that. I had to look at that again. I've got it highlighted. He catches the right group. He's beaten, better in the past on the turf. And looking at this field, back to a mile and 16th off the mile and a quarter. He has enough positional speed to be forward in here to stalk and pounce.
He beat 2 next out winners coming out of the race we just saw. The runner-up won a $16,000 starter at Colonial with a very respectable 83 Buyers speed figure. I'm going to try to beat him.
Okay.
His last 2 races have come at what, a mile and a quarter and
mile
even
and a
longer,
half,
a mile and a half. Maybe he's just found that these marathon distances are what he wants to do at this point. So he's going to turn back to a mile and a 16th. He's going to have to deal with a far outside post. Is he the horse to beat? Yes.
Okay.
Is he going to be the horse to bet for me? No, because I think he's going to take a lot of money. Do I love anyone else? Not particularly, but I want to take a chance with the 10, Book It with Haddad, a horse who at least got a win at Penn National, albeit on dirt last time out. He did win his turf debut at Pimlico. Last time out at Colonial, I really couldn't find much of an excuse, kind of an inside-out trip behind a fast pace, but the race did produce a couple of next-out winners. I'm hoping maybe Book It with Haddad's late kick at a mile and a 16th will help him against Bodie Cream, who has to cut all the way back.
Cutting all the way back. I got $1 says Bodie Cream's in front of him by the far turn. We'll see.
He might be.
Look at what
He
that
might be.
I mean that's a good pick. Well,
Well,
I think 8 to
we'll
1
see
bold,
if it's
a
a
little
good
bit of a bold
pick.
pick is Book It with Haddad, but that's what we like. That's what we're here trying to, get you to look at some value, some horses that are you're going to glaze right over them. But there's some good points for Book It with Haddad. Bodie Cream, right? He could be vulnerable shortening that far up. But man,
Let's talk about Passion.
Let's
You've
talk
got
about- yeah,
Passion
let's-
in the mix. This
yes.
is a horse who's really unexposed on turf. He's only tried it once in his career. That was before they ran him with Lasix. Justin Nixon is a very underrated trainer, and what I like about this horse is he has some speed.
that's my reach here a little bit. Again, the 12 to 1 morning line. I think he's going to come down off of that. And you've got obviously the main track only saying we're going to be there. A couple other ones. I just think he comes down speed. There's really no speed in this race when you break it down, except for Passion. You go back, Lone Try It 2, lack of Lasix. You said that. Prime to Go was in that group, and he was right in the mix. Prime to Go is a 3-time turf winner now. Allowance kind of tight. Why can't Passion get to the front, nurse, and release?
And I wonder if Monster Mason will try to show some
Maybe.
speed. I don't think he's as fast as Passion, and pace could really work against a horse that I think has a very good chance in here, and that's the number 7 Italian Symphony, who I thought had a very tough trip last time out at Monmouth. This is a horse who was just near the back of the pack, and throughout the turn and into the stretch, he must have been 5 wide, losing ground. As he changed leads in the stretch, he got bumped. It knocked him back to his left lead. He had to change back over, and he was running on at the end, finishing ahead of 2 next out winners. It shows me that this horse is in good form.
Yeah.
He is a prior winner at Laurel Park, but the race flow terrifies me.
That's how are things going to set up? Again, I'm going to approach this race. I'm going to key around Passion and Bodie Cream, but I'm betting Passion in here because I think that's where the value is going to fall. And toss in maybe if we could get a little exact of Passion and Book It with Haddad, we're gonna make some money.
Well, Keith's going to focus on the 11 and the 6. He's got the 7 and the 2 underneath. I've got 10, 11, 7, and 3. Maybe Book It with Haddad, Italian Symphony, and of course, Bodie Cream is just simply the horse to beat. Just maybe a little too short for me on the tote board.
And Dan, I never catch a Horacio de Paz horse, so that's why I'm a little bit. I just never, ever catch that trainer.
Race number 6 is at 1 mile. It's a maiden claiming race. 2-year-olds, 16 down to 12.5. Maryland bred's eligible for the $20,000 price. We're going a 1-turn mile and a big scratch here. Morning line favorite, the 8 Boss Mode is out. This is the first leg of the final 50-cent pick 4 of our Friday afternoon program. And as we were talking about before we came on the air, this race is a skullbuster, and if it's a skullbuster, go for a price. You're going with the 3 Zimba, newly gelded for Joanne Schenkel.
Yeah, took plenty of play in debut. 6 to 1, shorter field, nowhere. Next out, Delaware, beating a country mile. Okay, But I'm just taking a guess. First time gelding, bottom side, Angel in the Morning, a multiple winner at the mile. Why not? This race is just a maze for me.
You really want Long River to be into mischief,
Yeah.
don't you? I notice you love these long rivers, and one of these days
Yeah.
it's going to pay off.
Yes.
Listen, Zimba only went from a 0 to a 3 buyer on dirt, but guess what?
Impressive.
That's infinite improvement if you
Yes,
think
yes,
about
it
it.
is.
And Zimba is a gelding for the first time out. Experience counts. This horse has 2 starts. I want to talk about Runaway Rooster, a horse in here, the number 7. Runaway Rooster made his debut at Timonium, and he didn't take a lot of money that day for Ben Feliciano, and I just wonder if he was out there kind of for a training run going a half mile. He's now going to stretch out to a mile in here. The Dam was a really nice performer, earned over $446,000, won races at distances between 6 furlongs and a mile and 70 yards, and I'm just hoping this horse can show some stretch out speed and benefiting from the experience at the Big T, now on a more conventional racetrack.
I had him into the mix, and somehow he fell out of the mix. If I'm using the 3, I'm keen. My first bet is going to be the all button with him to try to just catch everybody. But yeah, Runaway Rooster. I thought that was half mile Timonium. But you said it. The family, their route wins there, so that works. Chased, willing enough. I think we're looking at this Kravitz horse has probably got to go. 22-4 rolling out of the gate there at Delaware. That's the early target. I think a horse like Runaway Rooster and Tucker Ticky, they make the first run, then they encounter this long stretch, the run to that second wire. What happens from there? Is it a horse like the 5, Little Theodore, who we have a stat for Claudio Gonzalez?
We certainly do have a stat for Little Theodore. With experienced horses making their first start in a dirt route, Claudio does very well. 8 for the last 33, 24%, a positive return on investment. Maybe this is another horse that'll show speed because he's getting blinkers for the first time and he's stretching out in distance. Last time out, he tried to rally at Monmouth, and when you look at the chart of that race, they ran 1, 2, 3 all the way around the track. Just might not have gotten the flow that day for Little Theodore. I think he at least deserves another chance based on the trainer's stat and based on the fact that he's taking a pretty stiff drop in class as well.
No, and that chase and just a little even. So the effort was there, and this just might be the group where they kind of come back to Little Theodore. He gets a little bit closer against this field and can kind of move over the top through the last 3/16 of a mile. Tucker Tiki thought was okay at Timonium.
No, I like that he showed speed, and he's going to show speed in here and might be able to just wrest theoretically lead from the rail under Jaron Barbosa. What about this first-time starter by Cloud Computing? The number 4, Joe Class. Milan Milosevic can pop with a first-time starter at a price.
Yeah, second Dam won 3 of the first 5 going long. So it's there. He's had some success with these horses long right out of the box. Going back to Tucker Tiki and Ferrier, quick little stat for Anthony Ferrier. 2 for 6, small sample. Sprinter route with the 2-year-olds making their second career start. The ROI 327. So positive stat for Tucker Tiki off that race at Timonium. 3rd career start today.
Wide open race.
Well, I should say it wasn't second. Wipe
Second
that
time,
out.
but it's second time for
along.
Farrier.
Yeah, there you go. That's good enough.
Good to know. This race
Swing and a miss.
This race could blow up the pick 5, and it could blow up our late pick 4. It's a really good betting race. 3, 1, 4, and 5 for Keith. 7, 5, 4, and 2 for me in race number 6.
Nothing like giving out bad information.
It wasn't
Dan.
bad.
It's good enough.
You could technically
we can make it work.
finagle to make that work. Race number 7's at a mile and a 16th on the turf. It's a maiden claimer, 3 and up, 45 down to 36. The Maryland Breds have the right to waive the claiming price. Take out the 5 Brother Bobo and the 8 Salming. Note the rider changes. The 2 Modern Master will be piloted by Angel Cruz. The 7 Rar will have Javion Toledo. I want to start with Wicked Boss. That's my top selection in here. We do have a trainer stat for Madison Myers. This barn has been going very well on turf recently between August 22nd and September 7th. 20% winners, but boy, look at that ROI, $9.15. What I like about Wicked Boss is that this is a horse that has had a start and stop career. Race, layoff, race, layoff, race, layoff, race, layoff. This is the first time he's going to string 2 races in a row. It makes me think that he's in decent form, and his one prior turf race I thought was okay. He was on a very hard chase to go after the leader on the second turn. He was getting out a bit in the stretch. Makes me wonder if a mile and a 16 is going to be okay, but I do think this horse has the tactical speed to stay close.
I mean, we know the proven speed here. It's going to be Bay of Bengal,
Yes.
the 3 for motion, but Wicked Boss, I can see, looking at the 2-back try, now the benefit of running 2 races in a row. Things kind of get relaxed up front. Maybe Bay of Bengal and the 6 just kind of take their own little match race from the quarter pole home after setting, moderate fraction. I can see that. Bay of Bengal is going to be my top selection, first time for motion. I'll try to give you an accurate stat. First time gelding on the turf at Laurel the last few years. 3 for 5.
Pretty good.
388. That's at Laurel for Graham Motion. So there's my stat.
There are so many angles with this horse. First time gelding, a drop in class after racing at Gulfstream Park, where she faced 3 next out winners in that race. One of the horses coming back to winning a special weight with a 78 Beyer speed figure. Drop in class, speed, motion grade off layoffs. Just lots to like about the 3 Bay of Bengal. Let's talk about the 4 Nogradi, who's kind of the stranger in this race, and talk about changes. All the extreme makeover, Lasix, gelding, blinkers, new trainer, new continent. Here is Nogradi. I think this horse sold for about $25,000 at an auction last year. So entered for 45. It's not like they're giving up.
No. This is again an unknown. Let's see if the board shows anything. Early money, if it comes in and kind of stays there. I tried to go back and key up some of those horses. I couldn't find a whole lot. Didn't know the bottom side. Mare, multiple graded stakes winner. That works. Tate's War Cry, numbers are there. A victim of flow.
I don't want to take the short price, but I have a feeling Tate's War Cry is going to drift off the 9 to 5 morning line. This horse had a sort of an uncomfortable trip last time out. They kept him inside. They didn't want to go with a wide sweeping move on the turn. Had to alter course back on the rail. It was just kind of over in behind horses. I think this horse needs flow, and that could be worrisome. But if my top pick goes after the 3 Bay of Bengal early, Tate's War Cry, a horse with upside potential, can come with a late kick. Competitive race 7 here at Laurel Park. Keith's going 3, 4, 1, and 6. I'm going 6, 1, 3, and 2. It's time for the late daily double here at Laurel Park. Taking a look at race number 8. We're going 3/4 of a mile on the turf. It's a first level allowance race for 3-year-olds and up. Take out the MTO Irish Hero. Change My World will be ridden by Forrest Boyce. And speaking of Change My World, we have a video spotlight to show. And Change My World's always been one of our favorites up in the press box.
Yeah, I've always liked this horse. The family following for a long time. Bottom side would not. Lenny Pinot. Really, he's been a part of very good horses and teamed up with Mary Apple as well to do a lot of damage over the years. Changed My World last time out, just again an early move into this wicked pace. 21 and 4, 44-4, 5 deep there, turning for home, and stays on. I mean, this was a really good stretch run, highly competitive, heads apart through the last 1/8 of a mile. Changed My World. I guess you could be tough on him. I was doing this comment, maybe just I was a little too nice, gamely. Maybe a little flattening late, but he tries. That was a lot to ask with that move around that sweeping turn. But he stays on. He's by World of Trouble. We caught the World of Trouble the other day, hitting the turf for Jamie Ness. The stallion's about 16-17%. And there are multiple siblings that work, that have run well and run fast enough on the turf to give this guy a chance. Blinkers came off 3 races back. He's in very good form. Forrest Boyce. This horse has positional speed. Dewey's Beast looks like the flow from the inside. 6 furlong configuration here. Sometimes that speed, if it relaxes, it carries further. So I know Rod Dog likes this horse a little bit from the rail. I'm not going to dismiss this horse from my exactas. Maybe the Ness horse shows speed, but I think Change My World. Forrest is going to have a chance in the first 1/8 of a mile to spy and then just make that move. And she's going to make a right move and get great position.
I want to use Change My World as well for everything you said, especially the turf pedigree and the consistency we've seen on the main track. Nakanara, though, has done it on turf.
Yeah,
we have a video spotlight for Nakanara. Here she is on the outside, and Nakanara is going to give a good, solid performance as he usually does.
Man, he's run like 5 or 6 just phenomenal races. Had that 3-race win streak snapped last time, but almost got it done. It's going to go ahead and make this move 3 to 4 wide around the turn. Gets the lead mid-stretch. Maybe a little too here. This race makes me sick, right? This is the Be Determined at a good number with Forest Boys who are going to work between to get up. And maybe Nakanara hit the front a little soon, and just because when this horse gets engaged, battles right back. Here we go. 3/4 of a length out of it to miss by a zop. So he's going to stay involved when he gets joined. So he's got fight in him. Tremendous form for Sarah Nagel Train 8.
Yeah, came into that race off 3 consecutive wins, didn't break very well, and kind of
You're right.
mid-moved into the hottest part of that pace. You look at those fractions, 22 and change for that second quarter, mid-moving into those fractions and still fighting on at the end. If this horse gets out of the gate, tactical enough to maybe sit in third and make first run turning into the stretch. Mr. Lincoln, first-time turf for Jamie Ness. We saw that play out very well the other day.
He's had success here over the last couple months doing this. You know, these horses have never been on it. Gets on it today. Topside Constitution, about 13% with the turf sprinters. Second down, one lone start on the turf. A 96 buyer in a stake at Santa Anita. Has speed, has shown the ability to sit and move into it as well. A versatile type on the main track. Will it transfer to the turf? I just think it might.
I want to use Davy Jones a little bit in here. This horse returned off of a lengthy layoff for Robin Gran and was weaving his way through traffic to score at a big price at 14 to 1. He was returning off a 1.5-year layoff that day. I wonder if maybe they brought him back a little too quick in 19 days off of that hard effort because he just didn't fire his best shot. Now they've given him plenty of time to recover from that effort, and I expect this horse to be running on late at a decent price again.
Benny Haven's another horse that might need a little bit of a setup to get it done. 1 for 30 at Laurel on this turf course, but has knocked on the door and run some big races. Will there be enough speed to set that one up? Cativo Ragazzo is another horse that's shown speed. Lone turf try, right? That was the lone turf try, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
2 races back. Crowded start, 4 wide, and the bid was also acting up a little bit just prior to the gates being sprung. He wasn't completely focused. It kind of cost him because he did get in tight, had to steady. He did kind of travel on okay, but I think he's going to be more forwardly placed here today.
Keith's going with the first-time turf runner, Changed My World, over the first-time turf runner, Mr. Lincoln, 9-5-7-2. Nakanara's consistency is good for me, 7-9. 8 and 3. Let's close things out on a beautiful Friday at Laurel Park with race number 9, going 3/4 of a mile. Fillies and Mares 3 and up, which have never won 2 races. 12-5 down to 10. Take out the 4. Map to the Moon. Tesoro Rosa is 8-5 on the morning line. We do have a trainer stat for Tesoro Rosa. Bruce Kravitz has done well moving route to sprint recently. 4 for the last 14, 29%, a $4.76 ROI. This horse was on a really hard chase on the second turn last time out, eventually made the lead, and then stayed on to finish second after tiring a little bit. The horse that ran third came back and hit the board with a 47 buyer speed figure. I like this outside post coupled with the tactical speed. The question is this distance going to be too sharp?
Yeah, is it going to be too sharp? There's not a lot of wicked pace, so I think this horse should be close enough around the turn. Penn, Charlestown, Delaware. I want to see that form here in Maryland because I think, again, 8-5 on the morning line. I got to look elsewhere. 4-1 on the morning line. Bella Cativa, the 3, we called it Timonium last time with the blinkers going on. Absolutely dusted that field, relaxed beautifully. Now they didn't go super fast early. 24-2, 48-4, picked it up and dominated. But it was 4/5 faster than non-winners and 2 in life boys. Not the top level, but still good enough for me. I think I was a wake-up call. We won't get that 11-1 today. Willard was all over that one, the king of Timonium.
South Pacific isn't the most trustworthy runner. She's something like 1 for 35 lifetime. But I thought last time out, her first race off a 6-month break was a good tightener for this. She actually showed some speed, and she pushed the pace from the rail, couldn't keep up with those horses on the turn and tired. Again, I think that's a race that she can build off of, and if there is some sort of hitting up front, maybe she can come with a little bit of a run.
Best number, buyer number of 52 over this course would win it. I mean, she's got it in her. Is she going to kind of make that next step up. She's a trier.
What about Infatuation, the number 1, a horse you have in your
Mm-hmm.
exacta? This horse rallied last time out at Timonium, and that's not easy to do.
No, I think it sets it up perfectly, though, to make first run off of maybe some little bit of questionable speed types in here. Can get to the front, a mile race, 2 races back. So the bottom is there for Infatuation. I think 6 furlongs is the right distance for her.
And the 2 APM Notion to me is just the classic example of a dirtied up horse. I don't think this horse really cares for Timonium or Charlestown. Those tight bull rings. Was overmatched 4 back at 84 to 1 against allowance horses. Was in on turf. I don't think she cares for that 5 back. You go back to the race 6 back. This horse was a wire-to-wire winner at 66 to 1. They're taking the blinkers off. Show some speed.
Well, yeah, and you compare her internals at that Timonium race compared to Bella Cativa. She looks like she's going to have to be clear of that one going into the turn. But I think Bella Cativa, I like the way she rated with those blinkers, was confident, and confidence should be high coming off of that win.
3162 for Keith, 6521 for me in the finale at Laurel Park. Best play time,
right.
Keith, where are you going?
8th race. Mary Epler, number 9, Change My World at a 12 to 1 morning line. World of Trouble, going to try to get it done again. First turf, positional speed. Forrest Boyce in for the X-Man, either to ride or I was still on. Change My World. I think the breeding is there. This one's going to take to the grass today.
I also have a 12 to 1 morning line with my value play. That's in race number 3, the number 4 Claramente. Trying turf for the first time with a lot of pedigree and good synthetic lines. I think this horse can stay relatively close to the pace. 20 minutes to post for race number 1 at Laurel Park. The main track is fast. The turf course is good. Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Callie Francois, and Dave Rodman will take you through the afternoon's action. Let's go up to the voice of Maryland Racing, Dave Rodman, for scratches and changes, and enjoy that pick 5.
Yeah.
$52,000 in the pool. Take advantage of the low 12% takeout.
All right, good luck, everybody.